A month or so ago, I looked in the mirror. A dangerous thing to do. And that morning it certainly was, for I was horrified by what I saw. I'd managed to lose 20 pounds during the height of the pandemic. But somewhere, somehow, they found their way back with a couple extra. How did that happen? What I knew is I didn't like the looks. And when I was honest, I didn't even like the way I felt. Something had to be done. I began a conversation with a health professional. And we talked. And we talked. And then finally it became obvious that it was time to do something. And so with her help, I began a process to get healthy. It's been slow going. I'm only in my second week. But one of the interesting things about the process is that it deals with one's head as well as one's diet. The whole object is to learn new healthy habits. And one of the tools in doing that is a simple exercise. Stop, challenge, choose. When you are confronted with a decision as to whether or not to eat something, stop. Breathe. What is the challenge before you? To eat that ice cream with peanuts and chocolate sauce or not? Once reflected on the challenge, make a choice. Your choice may be to go ahead and eat that or to be healthy, but it's your choice. What I realized was that I'd been practicing that tool for decades in almost every aspect of my life. It's how one deals with abusive people. It's how one deals with difficult and challenging situations. It's how one deals with one's children as a parent. Stop, reflect on the challenge, and then make a choice based on your reflection. As I was reflecting on that whole choice that I'd made over the years using this tool, what I realized was that as long as I could do that, stop, challenge, choose, I did pretty well. When I succumbed to an emotional reaction, 9 times out of 10, it was wrong. I shared on Sunday what happened when I was emotionally charged politically. It was not a pretty picture. Speaking of politics, one of the great examples of how one should use stop, challenge, choose is in the Old Testament, just prior to the exile in Babylon. Things are not looking good in Judah and Jerusalem. The king is messing his pants almost daily. The world around him is swirling. There is chaos abounding. The country is in turmoil and in a highly excited state for the future. Neighbors are massing on the borders. It's a scary time. And God sends word through the prophet Isaiah. Dear King, just chill. Stop. Stop making all those alliances. Stop making the deals. Stop engaging in political intrigue. Stop trying to second guess what's going to happen. Just relax. I've got this one. I will take care of you and the nation. And then Isaiah goes on to say, you know, king, if you don't believe me, I can give you a sign. And the king's response is, whoa, I don't need any signs from God. I don't want to put God to the test. Isaiah said, that's fine, but I'm going to give you a sign anyway. You see that pregnant young woman over there? By the time she gives birth, and that child is old enough to eat real solid food, this whole thing is going to blow over. The crisis you think is just incredible will be nothing, and you will look back and laugh. Just stop and reflect before you make your stupid choice. Well, we know the rest of the story. The king didn't stop. He didn't choose. He just reacted and continued to make deals that all seemed to go bad. And all this political intrigue just led to more darkness. And in the end, Babylon swept in and captured Jerusalem, razing it to the ground and hauling all of its citizens back to Babylon as erstwhile prisoners of war. Stop. Reflect. Choose. We live in a society that drives us to react. It's one of the underlying tenets of capitalism, to get us to react emotionally to an advertisement, to the positioning of a product, to a particular position. To make our choices with our hearts and not our heads. We see that every day in the news media, in advertising, in business, even in our children. What if we began to practice, stop, reflect on the challenge, and then make a choice? Would we do better? As individuals, as parents, as spouses, as members of communities? What would happen if you did that the next time you thought about posting on Facebook? To stop, to ask the question, should I do this? And then make a choice. One of the very interesting pieces that I have discovered in my journey is that, yes, in every aspect of my life, I have tried, and mostly successfully, to stop, reflect on the challenge, and make a choice. But the one area of my life where I never did that was in my nutrition. I ate and drank what I wanted, whenever I wanted, and how much I wanted. It was the exercise of my freedom, or so I thought. I was just answering to another master. I see that now, because I've stopped and reflected on the challenge and am making better choices. Here's to better choices for all of us.